Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about another topic in the field of trading. And we're going to be talking about you can do everything right but still be wrong. What's that about? Well, this is one of the hardest things that a trader has to understand. And it can be one of the hardest things to understand and put into practice. So think about it in this way. When you go to work, if you do a good job, if you do what needs to be done, for example, you're filing reports, you're writing an essay, you're doing audits, if everything adds up, you've done your job. But in trading, it's different. In trading, you can take the best trade and that trade can still lose, meaning that you've got all your setup and criteria aligned where you want it to be. And then guess what happens? You take that trade, you think that what you speculated, you've done your research, your analysis tells you that the market should be rising or falling, whatever the example may be, and you're so convinced that you're right. And still, at the end of the day, you're wrong. This is a truly perplexing and baffling thing that traders go through a lot of the time. So much energy, so much effort is expended on trying to do the right thing, on trying not to make mistakes, to do things the right way, the way they need to be. And yet, sometimes the trade falls short. It doesn't work out. Instead of sitting there and thinking about it on an individual trade by trade basis, what traders need to be doing is they need to be thinking more in a series of trades perspective. Not what is this one trade going to do for me, but what are the next 10, 20 trades going to do for me? On an individual trade by trade basis, we do not know what the outcome of a trade is going to be. No different than in a casino on a spin of the dice or roll of the roulette wheel. The casino doesn't know that they are going to win the next hand or lose the next hand, but they have the house edge. So even in a game of random chance probabilities, the casino always makes money at the end of the day. And so it can be with traders as well. If you have an edge and you repeat that edge over and over and over again over a large sample size of trades, your house edge will play in and you will be profitable. This is a big one, guys, because what I see a lot is I see traders posting individual trade results in a kind of a micro analytical way. They're looking at it in a very, very short time frame. And there's just so many random variables that can affect the outcome of an individual trade that you can do everything under the sun, not to be wrong, and you can still be wrong. Because you don't know who the participants in the market are. It only takes one trader somewhere around the world to negate the positive expectancy or edge of your trade. Only one. And those are some famous words spoken by true giants in the field of trading. So if you understand that, you understand that anything can happen absolutely at any point in time during an individual trade, and you've got no control. Absolutely none. If you find yourself, for example, in a winning trade, you may feel happy. You say, oh, I did something special. You didn't do anything special. Maybe there was a big investment bank in the US that decided to buy a large amount of the asset that you're trading, and the price went in your favor, and you rode the wave and you caught the move. You didn't do anything. Individual traders are not big enough to put the kind of volume that would impact price in a price chart. They just don't have that. They just don't have that. Most individual traders, they're not doing those kinds of sizes. So it's all about getting into this perspective of long-term thinking, not short-term thinking, which is it's a very alien concept to grasp when it comes to this. On a day-by-day basis, think about it. Even outside of trading, you're worried about the individual day. How is my day going? Is it a good day? Is it a crappy day? Is it a rainy day? Is it a sunny day? And we tend to have tunnel vision and just look at it in the sense of, oh my goodness, it's all today or nothing, almost like there's no tomorrow. Whereas if we take the blinkers off, we come out of this tunnel vision mindset, we start to see, no, this is just one day out of the next 365 days of the year. And I need to be able to handle it and understand what's going on there. Same thing with the markets. There is no limit as to how high or low an asset can trade. Absolutely none. And if you think there are limits, you're kidding yourself. That's why sometimes traders can do such inordinate damage to themselves. How? Well, let's take a very simple example. Let's say a trader is buying an asset, okay? So is speculating that the price of that asset is going to appreciate, not depreciate, okay? And what happens is that as soon as the trader gets into that position, the market goes boom, starts to come down. And the trader panics and says, okay, maybe it's just a quick move. I don't want to get taken out of this position so early. So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to use a stop loss. A stop loss, if you don't know, is simply a point in the trade at a price that you decide, no, if it comes to here, I'm going to cut my loss and move on to the next one. So in that example, the trader doesn't do that. And it goes against him, it goes against him, it goes against him. The price goes down, down, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days goes by. The guy thinks that he can get away with it. He shuts his computer, says, okay, I'm going to forget about this. I'm going to act like this doesn't even exist. And he comes and checks it 1 week later and he sees he's lost 5,000 or 10,000 pounds or dollars. Okay? Wow, big loss. That's the way it happens. And the market has got no mercy for anyone who thinks that they're bigger than it. The market is the market. The market is always right. Okay? So the topic focus of this video was you can do everything right and still be wrong. And I explained how that can be so perplexing to the mind. Because usually it's like you do everything right. For example, you think about a mathematics equation in a test paper, you do everything right, you should get the answer correct. But this is the paradox of trading. And that's why it's such a difficult thing to master and understand. And some people will spend their whole life trying to achieve success and never, ever achieve it. Okay? So take those points on board. If you are into that, if you're doing those kinds of things, be cautious. And again, this is not any financial advice. You are responsible for your own investment decisions. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed that one, and see you again next time. Cheers.